There are many investment instruments that you can get from different sources, like mutual funds, unit investment trust funds, insurance, the list goes on and on. In fact, the Philippine Stock Exchange itself offers various securities that any investor can access. The rundown of offerings is as follows: common stocks, preferred shares, warrants, and Philippine deposit receipts. So let's take a look at each one to get better acquainted with each type of security. Common stocks are shares issued by publicly listed companies. Ownership of these grants an investor voting rights and participation in stockholders' meetings. And depending on how much money a company earns, shareholders can receive dividends, which could be cash or stocks granted by the board of directors.
Any company listed in the stock market are usually common shares like the PLDT shares, Globe, Ayala, SM, BDOs, as well as yung mga not so big companies.
Preferred stocks, on the other hand, are shares of a company that grants dividends on a regular basis but doesn't give voting rights to a shareholder.
They are of higher priority when it comes to giving out dividends. So meaning you still own part of the company once you have preferred shares, and once the dividends are distributed, you are one of the first to be able to get the benefit of those dividends.
Although not a security per se, another category worth taking note of is the so-called blue chip stock, which are basically companies that have been publicly listed for a long time and therefore are seen as more stable than others. This, of course, doesn't guarantee returns, just like any other legitimate investment instrument. One way to make money out of stocks aside from waiting for dividend payouts is by buying low and selling high, which is what a warrant can do for you.
Warrants are when a company needs additional capital, they issue warrants. These are they offer a certain number of shares at a specified time and at a specified at a specified price as well. So these are very good investment options when the market is really volatile.
Warrants are usually more expensive than the share price of a stock. But the premise behind this is that you buy the warrant now in hopes of being able to buy an expensive stock for a cheaper price in the future. For example, if Company A is selling their share at 5 pesos a piece and issues warrants for 10 pesos for 5 years, if Company A reaches 11 pesos or higher, so long as your warrant is active, you can continue buying it at 10 pesos a pop. Just remember that buying a warrant isn't the same as buying a stock. So in turn, you spend a certain amount of money for a warrant and a certain amount for the stocks themselves. And for those who are looking into diversifying their assets internationally, the PSE also offers Philippine deposit receipts.
Philippine deposit receipts are not really so popular here, but these are when a foreign company wants to sell shares of stocks of their company in a foreign market like the Philippines, for example. A company in the United States wants to offer stocks, their stocks here in the country. They would have to go to a broker, and the broker goes to a bank, and then the bank issues deposit receipts, which are then offered by the brokers to the market.
Philippine deposit receipts, however, don't grant you part ownership of the company, and so you don't get voting rights, nor do you get access to their shareholders' meetings. Whatever you do choose, make sure to study first to make the most sound decision for yourself and your money goals.
The most common mistakes I've seen from people investing in stocks is that they don't study how it works before putting their money into it. The best way to really maximize the opportunity of the stock market is learning how it works, learning what type of strategies that you want to use for you to be able to maximize the returns, and making sure that it's aligned to whatever goals that you have.
Though there are a plethora of options within the PSC, just remember to do your due diligence and don't invest in anything that you don't understand.